who came on stage and displayed bona fide strengths in public speaking. Would you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely. And so I'd like to give you a masterclass in the use of language. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, I don't really hear you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. One common thread or one common strategic strength that all of them have is this. Could you read it for me?
Make the abstract visible.
Very good. Make the abstract visible. The key thing about being an effective speaker is that we've got to make the abstract visible. In that way, we become more powerful, more persuasive, because our message comes across more clearly. Would you agree?
Yes.
Let's take a look at how our friends did it. A metaphor. Could you read it for me?
The voices echoed through the darkness.
The voices echoed through the darkness. Who said that? Do you remember? Talking about self-doubt. This is a metaphor. A metaphor is when you liken two unlike objects without using like or as. So saying it is. So this describes self-doubt. And it's powerful because it makes you feel, isn't it? It makes you feel how it sounds like. You can almost hear it and you feel the darkness that weighs on you with self-doubt. Next one, personification. The fear that once gripped me. That's personification, making a non-human object have human-like traits. I'd like to suggest that we change the word to, instead of saying grip, we might want to say the fear that once suffocated me. What do you think? Why? Why would suffocate might be a little bit more vivid? Because?
More uncomfortable.
More uncomfortable because it cuts off your breath. Does it make sense? Grip, which part of my body is fear gripping? Well, you got to think a little bit. Oh, maybe my heart, maybe my throat, but there's so many maybes. If you want to really hit your audience, say, the fear that suffocated me. Next, imagery. Imagery is language that appeals to any one or combination of your senses, right? It is not merely just helping you to see. It is any of your senses. It can help you hear better, feel better, sound better, taste better, whatever. And here it goes. It's like a decision tree lights up. Can you see the image in your mind? The moment you hear that, that's very powerful because whenever you make an idea vivid, it sticks. When it sticks, it means you're an effective public speaker. Next, visual aid. Do you think visual aid is part of our language as a public speaker? Yes or no? Yes, please raise your hands. Absolutely, thank you. No, please raise your hands. Yes. Communication as well as leadership. It's a whole body thing. It requires you to use every single asset you have, every single tool that you can harness. And that includes visual aids. Which was the visual aid? Do you remember? Where are you from, that decision tree? And also there was a mosaic of many pictures placed together that represents home. Very nice. And you remember pictures because it hits you immediately. You don't need to read several words because words are abstract. Pictures, you see it, you feel it immediately. Next, simile. Public speaking is like a muscle. Why would that be effective? Because it brings forth the meaning of having to work it out, having to practice. Very vivid, very memorable. Next, another example. Oh, I think we talked about this. Oh, okay, I made a mistake. Metaphor, I was at a crossroads. That's a metaphor. What's a metaphor again? You remember, right? Likening two unlike objects. Saying one thing is the other. I was at a crossroads. And the other one, body language. Is body language part of the language that we can use as a public speaker? Yes or no? Say
Yes.
How do you say no? Body language, Thomas used a lot of it. He talked about, ugh. What else? He talked about fear, like that. Body language helps make whatever's abstract, especially emotions, also visible. And sounds. What did Ava do when she comes on stage doing her table topics? She coughed. Do you see that? Again, coughing or any sounds that you make on stage can impact your audience. For instance, or for instance, huh? Or aww. Do you think all of those convey a number of emotions? Yes?
Yes.
Now, all of these techniques are used not just by the speakers here in Toastmasters, it's also used by world leaders or well-known celebrities as well as speakers. Sheryl Sandberg, in her novel Lean In, describes her career as a jungle gym, not a corporate ladder. Get that? Now, why does making something abstract visible matter? Why do you think? Why do you think it matters?
It sticks.
It sticks. Very good. What else?
Connects better.
Connects better. What else?
Resonates with the audience?
Resonates with the audience. Exactly. And all of these things are what we want to do as an effective communicator, as an effective leader. Many different benefits. Clearer communication. What else? Deeper connection. Whenever you speak, you want to connect. Can you imagine how it feels like if your audience is disconnected from you? Do you know how that feels like? That feels terrible. If you've never felt it before, it's good for you. Great impact, like what we said. And that's that. Next, we want to talk about another great strategic strength that a lot of the speakers tonight exhibited. That is creating emotional connection and tension. If you want to be an authentic speaker, you've got to create emotional connection and sometimes tension too. Let's take a look. Use sensory language. Remember that? Laughter in Bamako, crisp Montreal winters, things like that. Dialogue and repetition. Take it. Don't be stupid. Do you remember that? Take it is repetition.
Yeah.
And dialogue too, because you can hear it. When you hear it, you're already experiencing the emotions and the message. Next, reflective questions. Whenever you ask your audience to reflect, whenever you ask them to think, you're engaging them. When you engage them, you're already creating a connection. When you create a connection, what happens? Magic happens. Oh, yep, that's true. Especially when we're dating, isn't it? And so that's it. Then another example, using emotionally loaded lines. One of the speakers used more than one. We have to talk. That's well known, isn't it? We have to talk. Emotionally loaded. The moment you hear it, sometimes some people might start laughing nervously. Well, it depends on who told you that. And then the other would be, I quit. Some of you gasp, just like what the evaluator said. Next, engaging question. Let's play a little game together. Straight away when you hear it, you go, yeah, what? Isn't it? And that helps in terms of feeling connected to your audience. Next, humor. Humor is always excellent. And we have, I want to validate the data. It's a little bit ironic. And more. There's a lot. So you guys did an amazing job. Anaphora. Anaphora is when you use the same word or phrases at the beginning of clauses or sentences that are close together. No certainty, no structure, no paycheck. Anaphora is very powerful because it builds up tension, because with each repetition there's a tension. And not only that, it creates a kind of regular rhythm that makes it memorable. Next. Metaphor. I think we've seen lots of metaphor, which is very, very powerful, and it is actually used a lot every day. A small voice haunted me. It's not literally haunting, no ghost going, ooh, but it still feels it, don't you think? You feel, oh, I'm kind of afraid of that little voice. Next, honesty. I'm a little drunk, remember? Straight away, when you're a little bit honest, of course, it shows your authenticity, that you're genuine. And whenever you're genuine, people feel more connected to you. When they feel more connected to you, you become more credible, even if you're drunk. Self-deprecating humor. I put on weight just smelling cookies. Self-deprecating humor makes you come across as human and therefore relatable. Pause. What kind of effect does a pause create?
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
Anxiety.
Drama.
Drama.
Anxiety.
Suspense.
Anxiety. Suspense. Excellent. Tension. Exactly. And when there is a pause, do you get attention?
Yes.
Absolutely. Remember that. Martin Luther King also uses a lot of these different devices, especially repetition and anaphora, in his speech, I Have a Dream. Lee Kuan Yew, I don't know if you watched that little video when he talked about the moment Singapore split from Malaysia, and he said that this is a moment of anguish. It isn't so much of any rhetorical device that he used, it is the way he said it that hit us. And I think for generations to come. Why this matters? Many reasons. Emotional connection builds trust, strengthens relationships, creates greater impact, which again is what we all want to be when we speak on stage. Next, distilling messages into memorable lines. That's really important because you want people to remember what you say. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, how many of you say, I don't want you to remember whatever I said? Now, let's take a look. What brings you here? One step at a time. I wasn't walking away from something. I was walking towards someone I hadn't met yet. That's particularly powerful. Why is that? Because he also uses antithesis, the contrast between walking away and walking towards. And there's also an anaphora over there. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. These all are messages that are very concise and memorable. If you want, just do it. Fear, face everything and rise. And that is actually making use of an acronym. An acronym would be whereby the first letter of every word spells a word. Don't get acronym confused with initialism. Yeah, initialism, for instance, FBI. That's not an acronym, that's initialism. Steve Jobs' iconic, stay hungry, stay foolish. You see, great leaders also use the very techniques that we are practicing on stage right now. That's distilling a message that becomes memorable, that gets repeated over and over again, and that can also become iconic. One final learning point I want to point out is titles that stick. A strong title, what must it do? Tell me what a strong title should do.
Memorable.
Memorable. Yes. What else?
Hook.
Pardon?
Can be a hook. Hook.
Hook. Very good. More. Emotional connection.
Curiosity.
Piques curiosity. Excellent. You all know that. So let's take a look. Frames the idea, sets the tone, creates intrigue, and let's take a look at one example of a title for one of the speeches today. Can you read it for me, please?
Ambiguity of the question.
Everybody go!
The ambiguity of the question,
where are you from? Well, it does capture the message, does it not? Yes? That's exactly what she wanted us to think about. It might be a little bit, what do you think?
Long. Lengthy.
Long, lengthy. So would people remember it? Maybe a little bit harder. How can we make it a little bit sexier? Shorten it, isn't it? What else? How else?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Very nice. Good. Let's take a look. To pique curiosity, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Some laughter here. Woo. Do you think it helps? Absolutely. Because again, it's loaded, don't you think? When somebody asks you, so, what is your relationship status? You say, it's complicated. And it captures what she wants, what Rama wants to say as well. So try that. Try to play around with different ways to title your speech. It doesn't have to capture your message exactly. Okay, try to be a little bit sexy and mysterious sometimes. Next, titles that stick. This is a very good title. How many of you would agree this is a very good title? One step at a time?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is it memorable?
Yes.
Very good. It's memorable. It's short enough, right? And it captures the message perfectly. But sometimes when our title captures the message perfectly, what happens? What happens?
It becomes predictable.
Yeah, it's like before you even say anything in your speech, they already know what you're going to say, don't you think? So let's see if you want something sexy. Through the fog. You like through the fog. Okay? Through the fog it brings an image to your mind, makes you curious, and does it still link back? Yes, in fact, he uses an extended metaphor throughout the entire speech. And this simply extends it to the title. Next, when the chorus splits, you like? Pretty good? Yes or no? Pretty good. It captures the message, right? Now, sexy. We all want sexy. If you want to focus, the captain's choice. What do you think?
Who's the captain?
The captain, he began his speech with what? We are the
Captain.
captains of our ship. So then the title is the captain's choice. Even if you began your speech with we're the captains of our speech, you're wondering what kind of choice would the captain make? And then you sustain that tension, that question throughout. You like? So what do you think? This is a very important lesson, don't you think? Good titles can help sustain engagement, sustain curiosity, and perhaps also make it more memorable. Who uses a very, very catchy and sexy title? Simon Sinek. Start with Y. Who else? I keep using Apple, I don't know why. Think different. Not grammatical, but do you remember it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Use concrete imagery, fear of the unknown, how do we make it more concrete, sailing blind into the fog. There are lots more, but I think I'm running out of time. Am I right? Wrong? Right? Wrong? Okay, so I'll just
Dramatic pause.
okay, let me see what else. I'll just run through it. Give me a moment. Bouquets. So if we go back, let me just